Happy Friday. Splash down 4 hours and counting when the Artemus arrives. And as you heard Ken say, watch out for debris. What if something falls? Do I get to keep it? Is it like Major League Baseball, foul ball?
Well, as long as you don't tell them you have it.
Okay. See, well, I don't like that.
Because people were collecting pieces of the Columbia, and they kept mouthing off that they had found one, and the government would go, we need that back.
I wouldn't do that, right? Because that's morbid. I don't want that. That's morbid.
I found an arm. Do I get to keep it?
No. You know what's weird? Do you know that they used to use recycled parts from other plane crashes in other planes?
That doesn't surprise me with the cost of
the hell's wrong with you? Like that, this wouldn't go somewhere, so let's just not go with that.
Yeah, if the wheel still works, why not?
And there's a great ghost story out about one of the planes that was supposedly haunted after another big crash had happened, and they recycled some of that. But it was, I thought, some fall. I don't know what's going to fall. I don't know what kind of debris we're looking for. Didn't really say. But, you'd keep it.
Bodies.
Not when the bodies hit the water, which is going to happen, but they're going to be inside of the capsule. Unless, of course, I want to see how the flat earthers square this today. I want to see how they, square that circle, guys. Watch it, because they're going to live stream it. There's a bunch of them that live stream it. I want to see how they go, oh, yeah, this is why this happens, and this is fake, and this is...
They just dropped it out of a plane, and then it opened its parachutes.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it.
What about all the scorching on the heat shield? Well, they took a blowtorch.
But I'm trying to think, well, I guess some of the heat shields things might fall off. I don't know what do you think could...
The heat shield is for
the tiles, not the heat shield, but the tile stuff. Some of those things, debris may come off that.
That would be on the sides of the ship, and that's much less likely to cause an issue versus what's under the ship.
What's under the ship?
The heat shield is under the ship, because that's the most prone to damage.
But as far as debris, what do you think would come off of it?
I don't know, maybe a parachute.
Oh, that's not good. Man, it would totally suck if you did all this and then the parachutes didn't work.
Or you did all this and then one of them didn't open, and
instead of 20 miles an hour, you hit it at 400 miles an hour. It is they're gonna re-enter today at 25,000 miles an hour, and then the great slowdown. That's just like on airplanes, takeoff, landings. These are the most dangerous things, but this one is. Because they can maneuver a little bit, but there's no hit reverse.
Yeah. I mean, they do have a slight amount of control, but it is slight.
It's basically left-right.
Yeah.
There's no fire the engine.
There's no
backwards.
up or down.
No.
You're going down, and that's all there is to it.
Yeah. This is the gravity thing. So they're going to get 4 Gs, they say, give or take. On this?
Well, that's like half of what a fighter pilot deals
but
with.
the fighter pilot, it's because people even though this flies way faster than the fighter pilot, the difference is they're going straight. Fighter pilots go left, right, up, down, all this. They're going constantly straight.
Yeah, they're constantly weaving and bobbing and all that stuff.
And your body wants to go straight when you turn left at 1,000 miles an hour, whatever it is.
I had a teacher in high school who had been in the Air Force, and he was talking about the processes that he went through as they're teaching him to fly, the planes. And one of them is to learn, instrument flying. And he said that his instructor took him up and banked so hard that it slammed his head against the inside of the cockpit. And he was so dizzy that all he could do was look at the instruments and do what the instruments were saying, which was the whole point of the exercise. Yeah, because his head's leaning this way because his ear is so screwed up that he can't straighten it out, and he's just looking down at the controls and the instruments and flying it that way.
Were they spies like us or whatever? Where they put them inside the thing and they spun them around?
The centrifuge.
Yeah.
That's a real thing. They use that at NASA.
Yeah, they do. But that's got to be the rush, though, man. And they say when they get down, their arms feel, their arms and legs and everything, it just feels like it's because they were just in weightlessness. It's like 500 pounds is what your arms feel. 500 pounds. I can't even do that. So, yeah, I don't know what the debris would be that, but I don't know. If, like you said, if you do catch some, don't tell anybody.
I would bet money that she's chucking the dishes out the window so that she doesn't have to wash
all
them
the
when
sandwiches
she gets back.
She didn't make.
I'm just kidding, ladies.
Oh, are you though? Are you?
Yeah, I am.
I know. You're not really that way, but I'm pumped about it. So I can't wait. So it's going to happen at 6:07 our time, and they're
7:07.
Oh, 7:07.
Yes, sir.
Oh,
I thought that was East Coast.
Nope.
Oh,
so it's 8:07 East Coast.
8:07 East Coast.
Okay.
The confusion. Just we should just have.
Yeah, that's 5:07 West Coast.
Yeah, that's right. So it's going to be cool. I'm pumped about it. I was looking on one of the cameras, in San Diego, like on one of the piers. There's all these people out there. And 60 miles. They think it's going to be about 60 miles out. And they've got Navy's 1st Air Force. So they call all ready to roll. They got the choppers, Coast Guard, and anything else that, that you can think of. It's going to be out there. So it's going to be cool. It's going to be cool. It's going to be cool. It's for some of you already saying they didn't go to space. They didn't. They didn't go to space. Oh! You libtards are retarded believing this crap. So am I libtard or am I retarded? I can't be both.
You're libtarded.
That's 6 times I've been called that in the last 24 hours. Setting a record. Setting a record.
Another conservative who doesn't believe in science.
That's it. Science is stupid. Of course Jesus rode around on a Brontosaurus Rex. You ever seen that shirt?
No.
Jesus is he's on a dinosaur. It's just like he's getting ready to ride it. It's hilarious. I'm trying to get it from eBay. I don't know if you've ever seen, there's a play set, like in these other countries, they make these weird play sets that they don't know what they are. And it's Jesus versus Godzilla. And it's a little Jesus and it's a whole play set with Godzilla.
And one of those little bitty Jesuses?
Yeah, and it used to be on like Temu or something for like $1.99. Now they're like $75 on eBay.
Wow.
Because they're hilarious. Libtard. God. Way to come up with something new there. Wait, Bezos' wife went to space, but not Artemis? That's what some people are saying. And they didn't go to space. They went to the edge. I think the guy that jumped out of off the balloon, that guy.
Yeah, he was higher than Bezos' ship goes.
Yeah.
I think I was watching a video of Neil deGrasse Tyson, and he said if you took a standard-sized globe that would be in like a classroom.
Yeah, which should be flat. I think we all know that. Have you seen my globe is flat.
But if you took that standard-sized globe and you wanted to represent how far off the ground they went, you would take 2 dimes and set it on the globe. And that's the distance they went up.
Oh, the little rocket ships?
Yeah.
I call them little. His giant, what is that? It looks like a wiener.
Space wieners.
Phallic one, are you ready? It is so true if you guys have never seen it. But that's way higher than the average person has ever gone, even an airplane.
Well, true, but it's not like these guys.
They didn't go to space.
These guys went to the moon. I don't care what any of you that deniers say. They went to the moon.
Yeah.
And they even set a record doing it. So that is a true space travel trip. What you get out of Bezos is a suborbital kind of joyride.
Yeah, I mean, you get an awesome rush that most people will never get.
And you just get to feel weightlessness a little bit.
You get to feel weightlessness. Although, you know what? You could have done the same thing in...
the vomit comet?
The vomit comet. That's right. That's what I can't even imagine filming like that. For those of you guys who don't know, Apollo 13, they would go up with like 60,000, 70,000 feet, and then they would just free fall down, which made everybody weightless. And they would shoot in like 10-second intervals.
Yeah, they would because you got to have the effect of the guys floating, so they're trying to shoot it while they have that time, and the guys are having to hit their marks and their lines and everything. So God knows how many takes it took to get each shot.
God, that had to be just exhausting. Because I know that at first there was lots of vomit.
And your body adjusts to it after a while.
Yeah, it does. But, what was it? Tom Cruise wants to actually go to space to do a movie, right?
Probably.
Yeah.
He's up there looking for Thetans.
He's going up there to fight the Thetans.
Xenu has returned.
Right.
I must go to the moon and bomb him.
Yeah, they're like, watch out, guys. Here comes the Space Mormons. Xenu. Oh, they listen and get mad at us. I'm just waiting for the knock at the door.
Who cares?
I know. We don't care.
I'm actually more concerned about offending Mormons than I am offending Space Mormons.
Yeah. I can see that. I mean, especially since you told me you tried to steal the magic glasses.
Magic underwear.
And they have the glasses where you got to be able to see the gold plates.
Oh.
Yeah, and the magic underwear. You're always going to get somebody on the text line and goes, I knew a friend who had the magic underwear and it saved their life from a bullet. That's okay.
Oh, I don't point too many guns at my crotch, so.
Yeah. No, I don't either. Not anymore.
Not anymore.
Yeah. Not anymore. Do you remember that? What was that movie with Tom Savini? It was the vampire movie that with Clooney and Robert Rodriguez.
Dust to Dawn.
Do you remember Tom Savini had the cup gun?
Yes.
Yeah, where he pulled it and the little out of it was like a cup and it would pop up a gun.
I remember Selma Hayek.
Yeah, she was so. That's really the first time we got to see who she was.
Yeah.
I mean, that was incredible.
And we can't forget her.
No.
The one thing I remember about that movie that stands out the most is how creepy Quentin's character was, because he was a pervert.
He was not only a pervert, he was a psycho.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that was God, what was her name? There was Harvey Keitel, there was Juliette Lewis. Is that her name? Yeah.
Was she in that?
Yeah. She was the sister.
Well,
and then there was
yeah.
And there was an Asian kid who never acted again. That was crazy. I love that. Oh, Lord, so much stuff going on today. So what are we going to do? A little Finally Friday, and then coming up, we're going to have fun with the MAGA on MAGA crime, because you're not MAGA enough, or you're too MAGA, or you're not. It's funny. We're going to have some fun with that. Because you know what? That's what we do, kids. We try to do, and maybe we'll talk about inflation. It sucks. And it's going to get worse. And no, we shouldn't have been in this war. And no, Iran wasn't going to blow us up at any time. Just, goodness
The people that think they were actually going to use a nuclear war don't realize that if they did that with one anywhere, that would end the existence of that country, because there would be retaliation. What's the word? Mutually assured destruction is not just between Russia and the U.S.
Except the difference is it wouldn't be mutual. Because what are you going to do? You're going to blow up some place in New York where you only have a dirty bomb? Or you're going to hit Belgium or somewhere like that where you kill 20,000 people and then all of a sudden the entire world evaporates your nation and turns it into glass?
They launch one nuke and their country's gone.
Yeah, gone. Bye! Yeah, that wasn't going to happen. So, but we'll talk about that. Got Finally Friday sounds, and yes, the MAGA on MAGA stuff is kind of funny. I'm not going to lie to you. It makes me laugh. And I usually don't get into any of this stuff because I don't care, because it's not fun. But this is kind of funny. Chad Benson Show, Super Talk 99.7. Yeah, we don't want that. So, things are going up. Yeah. And here's the scary thing. Or it's not scary. It's just, this is what it's, by the way, it's not all the war. I mean, that's got stuff to do with it. We're going to feel the food prices coming. We're going to feel all that stuff. But some of it's tariffs. And, we love tariff talk. Usually we do just all tariff talk on Tuesdays. But nobody knows what tariffs are actually still in effect.
Yeah, I was going to say, what tariffs are left after the SCOTUS ruling?
I don't think anybody knows, man. I don't think anybody. I don't even think they know at this point in time. Huh. I know there's 10%. Isn't it 10% or 15% just for everybody?
I think it was 10.
Yeah.
Let me look it up, boys.
Yeah. Look up the last tariff thing that happened.
Yeah, take a break from finding us a boat.
Yeah.
What tariffs are still in place?
Yes, is it 10, 15%? It was something like that. Because he got mad because they said no. And then you have to explain to people what tariffs are. And they're like, that's not true. Trump told me that it was all about, that foreign countries pay for it. And you're like, that's not the way that works.
By the way, I've got my chat GBT addressing me as Brother Ken.
Oh, look, it heard you one day.
It's going to kill you.
All right, 10% tariff on most imports from all countries. That took effect February 24th.
Okay, there you go.
China-specific tariffs, 7.5% to 25% on most Chinese goods. Steel and aluminum and copper, 50% took effect April 6th. Let's see here. Automobile and auto parts, 25%. Solar panels, washing machines. It doesn't say how much that is.
Flat screen TVs.
Doesn't say. Doesn't say, Brother
Well,
Blair.
isn't it like some stuff's just 10 across the board?
Yeah, there is some that is just 10 across the board. Average U.S. tariff rate is now around 10%.
There you go.
So basically, just across the board.
Some are higher,
averages-
but on
yeah.
average, 10. Everybody's got 10.
Right.
And so, there you go. Congress do that? No, Trump did that. But that, we're going to start.
Congress would never do that.
Congress, I want to see when Trump is gone and if this thing goes sideways.
What Congress does, or what Congress is like.
What Congress is like and how they're going to try to figure out how they step away, push away, try to distance themselves. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. That's going to be like, how do you do that? I don't know. I mean, I don't know how they're going to do that. They're going to reinvent themselves? How are you going to and people are stupid. We get that, you know? I mean, some people just buy into anything you say. But how do you try to reinvent yourself? Because there is no MAGA. There's Trump. Trump is MAGA. Trump's gone, right? Queen's not Queen without Freddie. You can put whatever you want up there. It ain't Queen.
That's right.
It ain't. So
That's why they call it Queen with Adam Lambert.
with Adam Lambert. Adam Lambert. So, but I want to see what they do. You know? I mean, because yesterday, I thought they were going to yell at me, but then apparently I'm like, oh my God, they've never heard my show. The GOP of Nashville. It's like, hey, we're doing this big Reagan thing. We'd like you to host this thing. And my thought is, I don't think you guys have heard my show. Because have you ever watched a roast?
That would be perfect.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I would not hold back. I wouldn't. Because I don't want to interview politicians. Why? Because I think they're all ridiculous. They all BSing you. And I want to, I'm going to just, it's not worth it. They're going to tell you whatever they think is going to win you over. But how do you fix this? Right? The Democrats are already going through this right now. We're watching the Democrats go through the insanity they've went through. Well, the Republicans are going to have to answer for a lot of people doing and saying, absolutely lying to you because they wanted to back Trump on something that they knew was a lie. That they did. They absolutely knew was a lie. And to the point where it's watching them bend over backwards. It's crazy. So that's why this whole thing with yesterday, he went off on Candace Owens and I don't listen much to Candace. I never have listened to Candace. Went off on Tucker. I don't much listen to Tucker. I don't. I've interviewed him several times. He's very nice. Always been nice.
They've turned him into the redheaded stepchild.
Oh, he's the devil. There is the devil. What did Ted Cruz says he is basically the worst demigod in America, in the world. What are you talking about, Ted?
And, a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, any Republican would have gone on Tucker's show for any reason.
For any reason whatsoever. For any reason. And, Trump came out, called him low IQ. Tucker released low IQ. By the way, you can go get low IQ merch today.
He called him low IQ.
Oh, yeah. So this is what he did today. Because he went after him hardcore, right? Like Tucker especially, because he's mad at Tucker. And here's the thing. Tucker's reach, pretty big. He's like, they can't even get on TV anymore. He called Alex Jones bankrupt Alex.
Well, that ain't far from the truth, though.
No. He called them losers.
That's true.
Yeah, that one's true. That one's true. And you know what? Alex did it to himself, and I don't feel sorry for that because he pushed that insane conspiracy theory that his people went out and then did crazy stuff. So, and he knew that it was baloney. But he called them stupid people, right? It was a 500-word truth, right? Third-rate podcasters, nut jobs, troublemakers, which is hilarious. Troublemakers, rabble-rousers. So, and he went after, this is what he said, bankrupt Alex Jones, InfoWars host. You guys know him. Lost his entire fortunes, as he should have, for his horrendous attack on the families of Sandy Hook. And I'm like, okay, that I agree with. Right? And then he went after Megyn Kelly and all of these people. And the reason why, because they're actually saying something that a certain group of people don't like.
They're questioning things.
Which is what you should do. Which is like some guy just texted, he goes, I'm going to go over to 105.9 because you're a bitch. I'm like, I don't care. You think it hurts my feelings? What? Why? Because I said something you don't agree with? That inflation is high? We're winning? We're not. We're in a war that we should never been in at all. We're going into debt like you could not believe.
No, we are in debt like you can't believe.
Yeah. And it's growing. Guess what? It's growing it's growing faster than the Artemus can come down. It is insane what's going on. And everybody's like, oh, don't worry. It's going to, just wait. No, you should be able to question stuff.
At this rate, filling my tank up to get back and forth to work is costing me $50 more a month.
And you thought living down there was going to be cheaper for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you sure? Are you sure it's not? So, but, Tucker, like, again, I don't watch Tucker because I just find a lot of that stuff to be insufferable. But
Tucker used to have a sense of reason about him, and it feels like that's gone.
No, I think he's got but Mark Levin, if Mark Levin's who you're turning to for
what are you, a dope?
Yeah, the night guy. Is that what Chris calls him?
The night guy.
The night guy.
Isn't he on your station? Yeah, I'll say it to his face. Come on over, you old man. I'll break your hip. It's not very nice, Chad. No, you're an anti-Semite. How am I an anti-Semite? Because I disagree with another country's politics? Enough. No, this has not gone well. This isn't winning. It isn't. But watching them tear each other up is hilarious. It's hilarious. It is. And when you look at the numbers, guess what? Over 65, all about Trump. He could do no wrong, doesn't matter. Under 65, getting a little dicey, right? You get into the 40s, which is where I am, maybe, in the 30s and the 20s. No, they've lost. They don't want any part of it. All I care about is give me data over dogma. I want truth. We'll go from there. But the baloney and the insanity and the pushing and we're always going to win and it's never been anything else. And then when somebody calls you out, somebody who, by the way, helped you get elected, pushed you in major ways across everything, Alex Jones, been there since day one, and you went off 500 words calling them hilariously funny things. Troublemakers, yeah. Rabble-rousers. It's kind of funny to watch. I'm not going to lie, it is. Again, it's MAGA on MAGA crime because you're not MAGA enough. And I do still think it is hilarious that Mark Levin, that Megyn Kelly calls him micro-penis.
Goodness.
She should get a shirt made. Oh, there you guys go. There you guys go. Have I wondered if Tucker's right? I think Tucker's right in a lot of stuff. I do. I don't believe that Tucker hates America. I don't believe he's for the terrorist. Like, that's the go-to. You're for the terrorist. And if you ever, well, Iran was going to get a nuclear. Oh, for God's sakes. Yeah, it was true. Our intelligence didn't believe it. So are we not to believe them? Are they the worst? Then who's Trump listening to? Bibi Netanyahu. No doubt about that. All right, kids, coming up. Brian. It's Brian again today, right?
Brother Brian.
Okay. I believe so, yes.
Okay, so Bell. There's Bell for you. You guys would know better. You guys will start hitting me up on that. So we're going to wrap it up with Brian. And again, let's go over. I'm going to tell you guys exactly the time. There's a countdown clock for.
All right.
4 hours, 17 minutes. They're going 7,200 miles an hour. They're 36,253 miles away from Earth. Not long until the splashdown of Artemis 2. And if we were in Mexico, it would be Artemis 2.
And again, this is just gravity pulling them.
Yeah, that's it. That's all it is. And like you said, Bell, they can maneuver a little bit. There is no spinning it, stopping it. Down is the only way it's going.
Well, you can pull over to the side if you need to for,
change your tires.
Change the tires.
And you better not be in the HOV lane.
Do not be in that HOV lane. So we'll wrap it up straight ahead. Chad Benson, Super Talk 987. Wrapping it up on a Friday. Man, big day indeed. I'm jealous, Brian. You're going to be on the air when it splashes down. It being Artemis 2.
I think I miss it by a couple of minutes, but I'll hang around in case, but we should know by the time I think I get through with my show whether everything has gone well. There's this period of blackout that happens when they come through. The corridor through which the spacecraft must travel is only 2 degrees wide. I mean, it's not. It's a very, very small corridor that they must get through. If you come in too shallow, you bounce off, and you cannot return. There will not be enough time or fuel to return. If you come in too steep, you burn up. So you got to hit this. I mean, sort of like you got to hit the Goldilocks 2% corridor to actually land. But during that time, you're out. You don't have no communication. So there'll be a period of time there. Well, we'll wonder. Is everything going okay? But I think it will. Generally, I think they've gotten this down. I did read a story though that I thought was very interesting. They said that there are some people who have concerns about the heat shield.
Yeah, I saw that.
I'd never heard that before. And seems like, well, you got a problem with the heat shield. That's a pretty big problem, but they seem to think they've got it under control. We'll see.
It's going to be interesting. And I wish, because of all that's going on, it hasn't been the focus. I think a lot of us would be, how great would that have been? Ken and I were just talking about, so many people have watched this, but it hasn't been top of the mind. I think the way it would have been had it not been the Iran war and inflation and the oils and all. I think it would have been much bigger.
And for people of my generation, I mean, I was there for Mercury and Gemini and Apollo and saw the moon landings when I was a kid, and I remember each one of those missions and everything. I remember very distinctly Apollo 13 where it didn't go so well. But I think if we had landed, there would be a lot more interest. Just swinging around the moon. For me, I go, well, that's 1972 all over again. So what are we doing to improve upon that? And what you do to build upon that is you build a base on the moon, which is the ultimate goal. But when they land on the moon again, I think there will be a great deal more interest nationwide and worldwide.
Yeah, it's going to be great. What else are you talking about besides, the splashdown?
Well, I've got a lot of stuff here. Epstein, yesterday there was this surprise announcement by the First Lady about that she had nothing to do with Epstein. And I was trying to figure out what is that all about. I think I now have that figured out. We'll talk about the Artemis 2 splashdown. We'll talk about Iran. We'll talk about happenings in the swamp. And if you're a conservative and you're worried about 2028, we just got the best news we could possibly have today, and I'll share that as well.
All right, my man. You have yourself a good one. Have a great weekend. We'll talk to you soon.
All right.
Brian's up straight ahead. Have a good weekend, everybody. Bye.